Welcome to the Inspiring Good podcast. This podcast is brought to you by the Community Foundation of Elkhart County, which serves a vibrant community in northern Indiana known for its generosity and strong network of nonprofit organizations. I'm Marshall King, who is hosting this podcast with Kevin Deary, a former nonprofit CEO who now coaches others. Our guest today is Dr. Rebecca Stoltzfus, president of Goshen College since 2017 and part of our Building Strong Brains initiative. Welcome to the Inspiring Good podcast, Becky.
Good morning, Marshall.
Good morning, Rebecca. It's so good to see you. Now, in full disclosure, I am on your board of directors at Goshen College.
You are.
So I have a chance to watch you and your leadership skills every quarter and also being engaged with Goshen College throughout the year. So it is a privilege to have you with us today. So the first question, what led you back to Goshen College and what energizes you?
Let me just say for a moment, so appreciate my board of directors and your role on that, Kevin. So I get to see your leadership too. Board leadership matters, and thank you for that. What led me back to Goshen College? I'm an alum of Goshen College, so I have a deep sense of what the college does and what the college is about. My parents are Goshen College alumni. My children are Goshen College alumni. But then I moved east, had a academic career in other universities in New York and Maryland. And what led me back was the gradual realization that my leadership could matter more at a small college like Goshen than at a large elite research university, which was the context in which I spent 25 years of career before coming back here. And not only my leadership would matter more, but it was at a time when my children were Goshen College students. And so I was seeing Goshen College through the eyes of a parent and the effect of the Goshen College experience on my late teen and young adult children and the kind of happiness and friendship and opportunity that Goshen College offered them.
So one of the things that is unique is your dad was president of Goshen College.
He was.
He just wasn't an alum, but he actually led the college, and now his daughter does. And I've known your dad a long time, and he's a tremendous leader, and I have a great amount of respect for him. But now you, as his daughter, also leading Goshen College now, how has the landscape changed from when your dad led the college to today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's changed in some important ways. My dad was 3 presidents ago, so when I refer to his leadership being in the last half of the prior century, that's actually true, although he's still a vibrant person who I love to hang out with. That was an era of sort of a general growth atmosphere in higher education. The demographics supported that, and that is less true now. The demographics are contracting, and you may have heard about that in other places. And we can't turn the dial back 17 years and have more babies 17 years ago. We deal with the generation that is served up to us. It's a more competitive environment for higher education. And we're in a moment, too, where a lot of American institutions are being questioned, including higher education institutions. And so it's a historic moment where people in my position in leading higher education need to be very clear and articulate about what we're doing, what we offer, and why we're really important institutions.
So, Becky, we jumped right in as if people know Goshen College and know its story. It's been in this community 125 or more years, but you said it is changing. What is Goshen College now? In terms of it's on a lovely spot on the south side of Goshen, where it's been for a long time after originally starting in Elkhart. But what is Goshen College? What's it made of at this point? What's its DNA at this moment?
Yeah, we're 131 years old, began in the city of Elkhart, moved in 1903 to the city of Goshen. And I just want to begin with some things that haven't changed. We are very focused on our students. Our primary focus is the undergraduate student experience. So we don't claim or aspire to be a large research university. We're very focused on the undergraduate experience. We offer a wide variety of majors and disciplines, and those include the arts and humanities and the sciences, and then professions as well. And that's always been part of Goshen College. So we train teachers, we train nurses, we train social workers, we train American Sign Language interpreters. We have a business department. So it's a beautiful combination of people who are writing long research papers in the library and people who are doing internships at a local manufacturing company. We're affiliated with, we're a Christian college affiliated with the Mennonite Church, which has deep roots in Elkhart County, and that remains important to us. And the most important thing to say there is that we attempt to follow Jesus, and we take that call seriously.
Today's students are facing, technology has changed all of us. Yeah. As a Goshen College alum myself, as well as an adjunct professor, students really haven't changed their needs, but technology around them has changed, the challenges. How is Goshen College preparing our students for a life of service and purpose today?
I think the word that you used there, purpose, matters a lot. We want our students to live lives that are meaningful and exciting to them, and where they feel like they have a sense of their individual purpose and can see ways to offer that in the world that gives them economic stability and also personal growth and a sense of using your gifts in the world. I think we all have a deep desire for that. And so when a student enrolls at Goshen College, they may have a very firm idea of what major they want to pursue, but that might change because when you're 17, you don't know everything yet, and you might not know everything about yourself or the opportunities in the world. So wanting to be a place where students can explore. You also use the word and explore and find their purpose. And you also use the word service. And that's fundamental to who Goshen College is. In 1903, then President Noah Byers said, our motto will be culture for service. And that is a motto that we have claimed now for 120 some years. And education is certainly about developing yourself and your own potential. But I think this is where our Christian foundations come in. We also believe that ultimately one's purpose is larger than one's self. And so having students connect with community, connect with larger purposes, so that they can see themselves not only as pursuing what's good for them, but being part of a community and understanding the needs of the community, and that one of the highest joys of a human life is serving others and serving a purpose that is larger than yourself.
So Marshall and I both feel very strong about stories, especially Marshall. Can you recall a story of a couple students maybe that have, over your tenure as president, that have really touched you or speak to the values of Goshen College?
Yeah. Here's a story of a student that grew up in Delhi, India, didn't know much about American higher education or Goshen College, but had an opportunity through Goshen alums who lived and worked in India to find out about Goshen College. And he came to Goshen College, tried just about everything on campus, became, I'm not even sure what he majored in. I think it was business. He is now a professor at a university in California working on robotics and artificial intelligence. And he is somebody that, didn't come to Goshen College through a Christian faith tradition. And yet at this point, he would say, what I got in terms of the values of Goshen College and culture for service really changed my life. And he has funded an award for for 3 top students at Goshen College that we give every year now to celebrate students that exemplify our values. So that's an alum now who is in the second half of life, a major philanthropist at Goshen College. One of the students receiving that award this year is Asia Adkins. She is a local student from the city of Goshen. She is tremendously talented in music and theater. But another example of a student who has explored a lot of things, she's done the Inside Out program that we collaborate on with Corey Martin in the Elkhart County Jail, and where Goshen College students learn alongside incarcerated people who are spending time in the Elkhart Jail. She has volunteered with Mennonite Disaster Service doing tornado relief in Selma, Alabama. So she is somebody who also exemplifies from a performing arts and music and theater coming up through Goshen High School and the wonderful music program there, how that set of gifts can also be used to serve our community in unique ways.
Goshen College has such a strong history in particularly the music. Souter Hall is, if you've never heard any music from Souter Hall, whether it was singing or instrumental, it's a special place. And we have so many strong singers, composers, musicians that have come through Goshen College. We were part of Eco Sistema together, and we had a chance to be able to bring music to little children, kindergarten, first, second grade, because they learn so quickly. And these are children who specifically have not grown up with music, parents that are musically inclined, and they have taken to music so quickly and are now in the system. So we're hoping that they go through Goshen High School and then eventually onto Goshen College or other pursuits, but they love of music. Why is it children so young can grasp not only music but languages so easily?
Yeah, I think their brains are still developing. All those neurons are still literally connecting and building synapses. This is what building strong brains is all about. And Eco Sistema, I think, in the large landscape is part of building strong brains and the Music Together program, because what the scientific research would tell us that making music together when you're a young child is one of the most powerful things that you can do to build a strong brain. Eco Sistema is also a great example of community connectedness and culture for service. I'll try to name some of the ways that happens, and I probably will forget a few, and you can remind me of them. But Eco Sistema is a program out of the Community School of Arts at Goshen College in our music center that introduces children from young ages all through the K through 12 and our students at Goshen College to music education in a way that is really inviting, I would say, non-elitist, highly participatory, believes in every human being's potential to make music and invites them into that. And it now is flourishing in Elkhart County through partnerships with Basher and the Boys and Girls Club and Tolson and the school systems and who am I missing? Roosevelt STEAM Academy earlier. And it is supported by the donor community of Elkhart County. Certainly some grants that come from outside the county too. But it is something that we can be really proud of here in our county.
And Eco Sistema was founded in Venezuela.
Yes.
And brought here, but it's really flourishing in Elkhart County.
It is. It puts instruments in the hands of children and helps them realize their talent and their power.
And we're not talking recorders here, the little things we all played in 4th, 5th grade. We're talking string music, violins, very difficult instruments to play. So they're learning how to read music. They're playing cello, they're playing violins, and they are extremely talented as they're picking up difficult languages. Let's talk a little bit about, you mentioned building strong brains.
Yeah.
So the Community Foundation of Elkhart County has started an initiative called Building Strong Brains, led by Dr. Kim Boynton. And there is well over 300 partners that are involved in it. Goshen College has taken a leadership role. Can you talk a little bit about that initiative and how wide it is and about a systems way of looking at building strong brains?
Yeah. I strongly believe that the future and thriving of Goshen College and the future and thriving of Elkhart County are inextricably linked. We need each other. And so when Building Strong Brains began to appear on the horizon, it immediately has struck me as something that is mission central for Goshen College. And because we need Elkhart County babies and children and youth to thrive. and to grow well in a safe and stimulating environment. So it's been my privilege to really collaborate with Kim Boynton, with Candy Yoder and Andy Murray and other leaders in the county to think how we can develop this as an initiative that's led from the Community Foundation, but actually put into action through lots of partnerships. A specific way that Goshen College is involved is through our social work department. Professor Jeanette Harder in social work is working with RETA, another nonprofit in Elkhart County, to bring together and provide resources and professional development for a variety of individuals who are employed by different nonprofits in Elkhart County to be what we call resource navigators for families who are trying to figure things out, maybe facing some tough times economically or socially. How do we connect families with resources? So I'm pleased that our social work department is involved in a leadership way in that. It provides really great research and practical experience for our Master of Social Work students. And just as another example of how Goshen College is interdependent and connected with our community and using our academic culture for service to the community.
So it's that time now in the podcast where we start to talk about you, your specific leadership skills, which are many. But I'd like to have maybe share with our audience, let's talk about your particular skill sets that you have learned and evolved. What are your strongest skill sets as a leader?
Leadership is a lot about relationships, and it's about being present with people, and whether those people are students, employees, community leaders, potential donors, alumni. So I think one of the leadership skills that's central for me is creating relationships with people, understanding where they're coming from, what is their view on the work of Goshen College, and how can I create more mutuality and understanding between the mission of Goshen College and the many stakeholders of Goshen College. Bringing together a great leadership team, and that's not easy in any organization, whether you're in business or nonprofit, but it never boils down to one person. So recruiting and building the talent that you need and giving them the opportunities to develop and perform at a high level and holding them accountable to that. And I feel like I'm very fortunate right now to be surrounded by a good leadership team of vice presidents that report to me and to be working with a great board of directors who helps lead as well. I think communication and public speaking and being able to convey the mission of the college to a wide variety of audiences matters as well.
You're always prepared. Every board meeting is well thought out, a strong agenda, a good blend of reviewing in the past, maybe the last quarter, but also always looking through the windshield of where we're going and the navigation of a very challenging landscape for small colleges, particularly small Christian colleges. So I've always appreciated your ability to move us as a board with you in sync as we carry out a mission. What's some of the exciting things that are happening in the future for Goshen College?
You might have noticed if you drive along College Avenue or South Main Street into Goshen that we've had a major construction project that is now completed. It's been a renovation project, not new construction, but we took a 1950s historic building called West Lawn Hall and completely transformed it from 1950s dormitory-style housing, which was underutilized, into a truly state-of-the-art Center for Nursing and Public Health. That project just won a national award for its technology, which was all done in-house by our IT department. But it is a very high-tech building with a lot of simulation and a lot of technology built into it. I think there's 9 miles of fiber cable in that building that we put in. So that is very exciting. The actual physical structure is now complete, and the future excitement there is building our nursing workforce. And we have great partners. We have Goshen Health on one side and Greencroft on the other side. And then we have other clinical partners in Beacon and Maple City Healthcare Center and the Elkhart County Public Health Department. So we really want to, nursing is a terrific career. It's very flexible. It has very strong career pathway. So looking to bring people into that and offer a great education and great careers, which again, will serve our community.
Becky, I mean, in an era of changes on campus and with enrollment and funding and such, you have also, the nursing program is a great example, but there are others where you haven't had to only shrink, you've built.
Yeah.
And the communications department was one of those as well.
Yeah.
I should have named at the front, like Kevin did. I've been an adjunct professor at the college, and I'm a current MBA student, and have been delighted for those interactions with the college. But the communications program continues to just produce excellent students, but also excellent results in national competitions. Yeah. And I love the story about you getting to campus and saying, this is a really good program. Let's find some money from a donor and build this out a little bit. Fill in some of those details, if you would, about how you made that happen.
So we have a very strong communications department in journalism, in radio, in TV, in film, and in public relations. But it was all scattered across campus in these odd little nooks and crannies, and the faculty were frustrated by that. And so we saw an opportunity to engage a regional donor in that, an alum of the college. And we're able to pool all of those programs together into one just outstanding co-curricular student-run space where the news office, the radio station, the film and TV studio, and they have data editing and all sorts of things in there, which I can't fully explain, but all in one place. So the students love that place. There's no faculty offices in there. It's all student offices and student-run spaces, and they punch way above their weight in terms of their impact, in terms of college radio, college film, college journalism, win a crazy number of awards.
Having been through and walked through there, it is amazing to see the leadership that is in the students for that building and for those degrees, and how focused they are on putting out quality product, whether it's a newspaper or whether it's marketing pieces or the radio station, which is a lot of awards for the Globe. What other achievements under your leadership are you most proud of?
The nursing facility renewal is part of a total comprehensive campaign, which is now public. It's called the Connected Cause. We're in our 5th year of that campaign, and it's going very well. So that feels like an overall accomplishment. The Communications Center, we've started a new program, 2 new programs, one, and these were both started in 2019, Criminal Justice and Restorative Justice. So our partnership with Corey Martin's jail ministry, other legal firms, and restorative justice nonprofits around the county. That is a new program. Public health is a new program. The Master of Social Work is a new program. And the Master of Social Work has about 70 students enrolled in it now. There is a big social worker shortage. And if you care about Oaklawn and CAPS and Maple City Healthcare Center and those nonprofits, then you should be glad that we've developed a new pipeline to train local social workers. Yeah, so those would be some of the things that I would point to. We have a lot of things going on in campus and just improving landscaping. We'll have a new signage initiative to help people just navigate our campus internally. It's small, but if you're new to the campus, you got to learn your way around. So that's a way to really promote the brand to people walking through the campus.
How has online technology enhanced or challenged Goshen College?
Whew. Yeah, both of those things. I would say that technology the enhancements are what stand out to me the most. Oh my goodness. Didn't we all learn about technology during the pandemic? And that really pushed us in terms of some of the hardware and software that we adopted on campus, but also just people's facility with using Technology. Libraries on campuses like Goshen's have been transformed from being primarily card catalogs and stacks of books to being amazing librarians that help you navigate what is now a really complex world of print and digital material. And part of that complexity is that it's always been true to some extent in the print world as well, but certainly in today's digital world. You have to be a discerning consumer to understand what is the quality of the information that you're getting and what are your standards for truth. So that totally changes what goes on in the library today. And that raises some of the challenges. And when we want to hold students accountable for their own intellectual integrity and to be able to understand what is their work compared to work that they're getting from print materials or now artificial intelligence, that places new challenges for our faculty in terms of evaluation and holding students accountable to presenting their own work.
You've had to navigate some tough times over your time, I'm sure, like every leader of a nonprofit or even for-profit does. But if you could look at one thing that you had to navigate, and what specific leadership principles did you use to navigate on behalf of the college, could you tell us about not only what you had to navigate, but more importantly, how did you do it? How did you select that navigation tool?
Yeah. I would say I can use the pandemic as an example of this, but a tool that has served me really well that I rely on again and again as a leader is, before jumping to solutions or paths forward, take a moment to clarify the values that you are going to guide you in using those decisions. So when we headed into the pandemic and realized that we might be facing one of the biggest challenges that our society and economy and campus have faced in 100 years, the very first thing that I worked on is, what are the values that are going to guide us, that our employees and students can rely on us to be true to as we make a bunch of decisions that are going to feel jerky and half-informed, because that's what we were all doing in the pandemic, is making jerky decisions that were half-informed. But I wanted our community to know that we were going to perform and stay true to a set of values that included things like, we are going to communicate with you and be transparent. We are going to be trustworthy. We are going to try to keep you safe and keep our community safe. And that's what we are doing now, also in a time of real stress on higher education economically, and also in terms of, we live in a really immigrant-rich community. Goshen is a Hispanic-serving institution, and those populations are feeling anxious and the subject of some pretty harsh rhetoric. So it's another moment where I'm glad and grateful and committed to saying, what are our first principles here? What are the values on which we were founded 100 years ago and which we still live today? Because we want to be trustworthy, and we want to just continue to be Goshen College and support our students and not be overly reactive to what's going on around us, but to stay true to our commitments.
Here in Elkhart County, you have thousands of alumni.
Yeah.
And they shape and help build our community. Tell us a little bit more about that and what role alumni play, particularly in this community.
We are very proud that many Goshen College alumni stay in this community and contribute to this community. So throughout the nonprofit sector, throughout our schools and businesses, walk Main Street in Goshen, and I sometimes wish we could light up in yellow or something just for a day all of the Goshen College alumni
purple.
and their
work.
It would be purple. Yeah, it would be purple. That's true. So yes, we have so many alum locally, and that is one thing that I would love for this community to stay aware of, is that one of the beauties of having a undergraduate, highly ranked baccalaureate college in your community is that our alumni stay local. We are a brain gain to Elkhart County. And that shows up all over the place. And that also means for me as president, I have the luxury, the privilege of being just bumping into our alumni all over the place. And sure, that means that all over the place, somebody's going to pull me aside and say, hey, Becky, hey, President Stoltzfus, I want you, what's going on here? Or are they, because they care. They want me to know what they think about what's going on in the college. But I feel like I just am surrounded by a great community of alumni here in Elkhart County.
Becky, thanks for coming on the podcast today, but also thanks for your servant leadership, your gracious leadership of this important institution in our community, and for your engagement with the community as well. We always end the podcast with the question of what gives you hope?
You know, what gives me hope is that I feel like I'm part of a bigger story, the big story of Goshen College. I get to drop in and I have the privilege of leading for a window of time. But I'm part of a story that's so much bigger than myself in terms of Goshen College and its service to this community, and also the bigger story of Christian faith and Christian journey. And again, that it doesn't all rest in my shoulders. I want to stay true and do my best to wake up each morning and bring joyful energy to that, but realizing that I serve a purpose larger than myself.